Welcome, everybody. We're back again. It's been some time. It is episode 40. I can't even believe we made it to 40. It means we're doing something right. This is the Lifestyle Balance Podcast. I'm your host, Alex Marcolini.
Nicholas Azanari.
And today we're here with episode 40 with our amazing guest, Alfonso from RICI. We're going to let him introduce himself a little bit and we'll get right into it. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, man. Yeah, RICI Group. We do commercial construction, waste management services. We work across Ontario. We have an office in Miami as well. Mainly focus on waste management, asphalt paving, civil construction, snow removal, and roofing.
Nice.
Yeah,
wow. You basically covered it all.
Quite a bit, yeah.
Wow.
We try and integrate a few services onto our platform. Mostly are based around emergency on-call situations, especially snow, roofing. Yeah. And then on civil construction, it's mostly capital projects. But
cool.
Yeah, quite a few things. We try and integrate a couple of services to work within our companies and serve it across.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, I mean, I guess the main area I want to start off with is to know more about when did you get into it and why did you start when you started? So when did you start RICI or into the industry in the first place?
Yeah, like I grew up in the industry. My father had a waste management company and a
Nice.
transfer station. Yeah. All through high school, I worked on a garbage truck, worked at the transfer station. Really got early exposure to it from a young age. Mm-hmm. And then after high school, I was still working there in the summers when I went to U of T. And then, after my undergrad, I went to law school. And I kind of fell out of I wasn't involved in the business. I was just focusing on my education. And after law school, I graduated. I worked at a law firm and involved in a lot of construction transactions and restructuring and kind of worked with a lawyer that was very focused on the construction industry. And it brought me a new kind of wave of it. And then, after I worked at the firm for a year, I worked with a family business for a bit. And then, then I launched RICI.
Wow.
That was November 2023.
23, wow.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, what made you switch out of law?
I love the law. I love the world of the law. I wanted to be more on an operating business side. The law was amazing. It taught me a ton. I learned so much about business, especially lending, transactions, deal flow cycles, just to have an understanding of the function of a business apart from your daily operation, especially from a professional service. It's hard. You don't really get exposure to it, especially as a contractor. You don't do that many transactions. Your debt restructuring, you're not doing complicated, especially on assets, right? So it's good to get early exposure to that. And in the legal world, I like I said, I worked for a lawyer who was very serving construction companies.
Full time, yeah.
That was his client, right?
That's his niche market. Wow. Smart.
Yeah, and it was great. And I learned a ton from him. And then that's it. I decided to launch my own thing in November 2023. We started with facility maintenance. So we were doing pressure washing, snow removal, landscaping. We had a lot of residential clients as well.
Nice.
We were working in the residential market. We were doing driveway clearing, November 23 to early 2024, that winter season. Yeah, and then a whole year of interlock, landscaping, kind of construction, right? Exterior work,
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, the construction market, especially, you know more than me, but in this area is so much competition. There's so much different groups. There's so many different people in their niche or in their area.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see you got into it, but for you actually took it from a different perspective. You went into the law side too, so you saw the whole other area.
I was really fortunate to have that exposure,
Wow.
and we took a different approach to it. When we started to get into construction more start of 24, we did some work in Northern Ontario, which was great. We were able to help the client find financing and do parts of the deal that wouldn't really kind of be provided by a regular contractor. We, did a securement on the property and we found them financing for the deal. And it was a bit different and secured a mortgage for them and helped them get the project done. And it was great to have that exposure because you wouldn't know that from working in the trades, right?
Exactly.
Which is good. It gives you extra value and it helped us grow really fast and get exposure to big projects early on. And then kind of just from there, just stayed in the commercial sector. 2 years, 24, 25, haven't been back since. And I would never really, I would just scale up our business. I wouldn't really go back into the residential
I was going to ask you that because, the commercial and the residential side, I see it in our businesses too. It's so different.
Yeah.
and construction, I'm sure
But
it
so
is.
much value in both.
For sure.
And such
for
an
sure.
opportunity to make so
They have
much money in both.
different values to it. 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
100%. Wow, that's interesting.
Especially in like, I know, from an owner operator's perspective, like
Yeah.
there's such an opportunity to make so much money. Like whatever anybody says, residential sucks. Like commercial's the game. Like
100%.
there's from maintenance to roofing to paving. Like you can do well in the residential space, especially in this market.
Oh yeah, and the volume of it too.
Yeah, the volume of it, but like I find like you have such big like value on homes, and houses are so expensive. Sorry, I'm gonna put this down.
Yeah,
Houses are so expensive, and like people have these monster lines of credit, and especially in the residential space, right? They can like they have flexibility to have access to some capital that you wouldn't really have on like a value of.
For sure.
If your house is worth $200,000, it's hard to justify like a $200,000 renovation, right? If you're not going to see that return. But in this Toronto market, there's such a big kind of spread of like luxury to not, right? There's there's definitely an opportunity in that space, but. Yeah, we focus on just commercial work now. Like we went through, obviously you have to start, like most people do.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, and residential's a game, right? It'll give you exposure early. Like you don't really need much. Like you need insurance and kind of a pickup truck or a rental truck, like shovels. It's kind of,
a couple guys and you go.
Man, there's even like a one-man show, man. Like you can make so much money. Like like whatever, you're not gonna be a billionaire, but like you make a good life. Like
they're happy.
There's grass guys that cut 200 lawns a week. Like do residential driveways, like backyards, interlock.
Crazy.
Yeah. So yeah.
Wow. And to go off that, I mean, I can clearly see even from your online perspective and what you guys show, you have a good team around you.
Yeah, we're very fortunate.
So how did that start? Did it start in 23? You started building the team, or how did you get that in place?
Definitely like a huge part of the transition from residential to commercial. When we were originally, like it was just me and the guys, right? We had machine operators, like guys on the field,
the site,
right? Machine operators, laborers, kind of just guys that worked, but we didn't really have anybody in the office. And then as we started to go into the commercial space, there's such a like deep requirement for like an on-site presence, and you can't really just leave the guys there. And not that you want to even leave the guys there, right? And especially managing multiple jobs, and you need that infrastructure to support those projects, right? Like doing $1 million project, there's so much more into it than just completing the work. Like you have to do all your procurement, you have to do all your billing. There's so much requirement on reporting. You have to do daily emails. So, yeah, when we decided to go into the commercial space, we kind of built out the business to have supervisors that are specialized in that space and technicians that can kind of do that work. And yeah, so we have a great team. We have an operation manager in each division. So one for environmental, one for contracting, and one for roofing. And they kind of steer those day-to-day operations. And yeah, it's up to us to do everything else.
Amazing. I mean, it's like you said, if people in when you're doing larger scale jobs like that in the commercial sector, at least, it's like, okay, yeah, great. It's great the value you're getting out of a contract or a project, but then people don't really understand the back end of all the process to finish and complete and not have anything go wrong, especially.
It's always going to go wrong.
Has anything ever gone wrong?
Absolutely, yeah. Stuff goes wrong all the time.
Tell us.
It's just part of the project, like part of construction. Like something's inevitably always going to go wrong. Like it's sometimes not even your fault. Like if things go wrong with scheduling or planning, or you order the wrong material, or like you coordinate the wrong equipment, that's on you. Like you mess up, mess up. Like, can we swear or not swear? Yeah. Like if you fuck up, like you're getting the bill for it, right? But so many things that go wrong that are just a part of the environment of construction, especially in the commercial landscape. Like you're dealing with a triple net tenant, or like you're in a retail plaza. Like these guys, like they'll just shut down a day of paving because they have a shipment coming. And like, yeah, okay, your paving's worth, like you have like $50,000 of asphalt on it, but like they have a shipment that's going to expire that's worth like $2 million, or like, it's just like, there's so many, right? And like, you just have to be flexible. You have to work with your clients, and you have to shut things down sometimes and like be comfortable with that, right? Like shit's going to go wrong. You're going to lose money. But like, it's more important just like helping the client and saving them in that space. Because when things go wrong, they're just like a part of the nature of construction. It's something you can do. Like drawings are going to be wrong. There's going to be errors on measurements. Like it's just a part of the business, unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
And especially on like a large scale, like the bigger the project gets, like the more components that are involved, especially when you start to get into like sewer work or like anything with complex grading, or like, everything's on GPS or everything is involved with the top con. Like it's hard for things not to go wrong, right? You have so many components, so many engineers, so many drawings. It's complicated, right?
Do you have like any like plan in place to kind of make sure like that everything is like kind of run like a tight ship almost?
Yeah, like you try and run the ship as tight as possible, right? Like plan material days in advance, order it days in advance, and then like there's things that go wrong. They're just like equipment breakdowns, or like even if you're doing perfect maintenance and even if you're on top, like hydraulic hoses break, like radiators leak, like shit just happens sometimes. It's like out of anybody's control, right? And when those things go wrong, it's mayhem. Like it's tough, right? You hope you have a backup, you hope you have a spare, somebody can help you out. Like it's just a part of the business. Sometimes you only have one thing that can do one thing, right? And like you don't have another resource. You got to get creative. You got to find a broker. You got to figure it out, right? And that's the business of construction and of waste, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's definitely a challenge.
It's definitely a challenge. You can plan as much as you want. But
Exactly.
something's going to go wrong. Like, and it's about how you adapt to it. Like, always keep the client at priority, even if it means you're going to lose a bit of money. Like, it doesn't matter, because project after project, like, you'll win in the end. The client just has to be happy, especially for property managers, like, which is our game. Like, these guys manage 200-300 buildings, right? Like, the game isn't winning like today, it's winning forever, right? And integrating multiple services and giving them a one-stop platform that when they have a problem or they have a leak or they have an emergency, like they don't think about it, they just call us, even if they're not sure if we do that thing. Like
they know.
Yeah, we get requests all the time for stuff like HVAC or plumbing, and like even though we don't do that stuff, like it's emergency calls, like they just think to call to us, right? And it's great. Like it's a great service to offer, and
amazing.
Definitely.
Wow. I mean, when you got guys who are managing, like you said, that many amount of buildings, it's like they don't have the time to try to go find someone else, or B, the facility to say, okay, let's get a price on this, let's do this, let's get that. It's like, okay, when you're happy with someone, you stay with it. As long as you treat them with a good service, of course they're gonna come.
It's not even about being happy. Like it's hard to get onboarded
into that, for sure.
Definitely, just to get into that world, right? Like it's sometimes it's like you need this specialized thing, but like it's hard, right? To do the insurance, to do the procurement requirements, like to get vendor verified, to get your core, whatever you need to get, like to serve these clients. Like just getting there is like that's half the battle. And before you even touch any work, like you have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, health and safety manuals, and it's business, right? It's just building the foundation that you need to be successful, right? Which grows on like going from residential to commercial. For sure. It's kind of like the required things. If you want to play in the game, like you have to spend the money. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. It's a very heavy capital industry, but it's also long term too. So you're going to see it return for sure in the future.
Yeah, you hope.
Yeah.
Eventually. Like, that's kind of the, like, you hope.
I know.
Nobody guarantees like it's going to be successful, right? It could all go sideways. Like,
exactly.
Take the risk, buy the equipment.
Yeah.
And just try and go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you mentioned you opened an office in Miami?
Yeah.
And how's that going?
It's good. Yeah, we have full-time staff over there hitting the ground.
Congrats.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, we're starting with waste management services over there.
Nice.
Working for property managers, condo corp, stuff like that. Yeah, build out the business, build out the team, and then eventually we hope to add civil construction and roofing. It's a different beast in the States. Like you're
different regulations and all that.
Different regulations. Like everything has a license. It's a bit different than here. Like we have licenses and like some stuff here, but
not to that level.
It's great. Like you create an additional barrier to entry, right? It helps keep small,
it's true.
Like not small guys out, but it makes it harder to offer a service without having the proper, right? Which is such an issue in our space.
Yeah. Would the future plan to expand more into the States?
Yeah, definitely. Like we want to be nationwide in Canada. Like that's obviously like the top goal. Like serving REITs, it's not really valuable not to kind of grow that across your capacity with that client. Like most large REITs and pension funds that we service don't only own in the GTA, right? They own across Ontario. So to grow, to offer that national support and that national service, I think in Ontario is a no-brainer for us. Like Vancouver, Calgary, Manitoba, hitting those markets and definitely like maximizing our spread across Canada. Like we've done a really good job of integrating a full construction service across Ontario, like Thunder Bay, Fort Francis, Sault Ste. Marie. We service all those markets, right? And to bring that across the country, like obviously that's everybody's goal, right? But in the US base, definitely, like I feel like there's a huge market of opportunity there, right? As much as in Canada, like it's what you make of it, really. There's a great market everywhere.
And then when did you expand in the States?
We officially opened our office January 26th. Just
26th.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Congrats.
Did you? A long time coming.
Have you noticed any, like, I don't know what the right word is, but like any like complications with what's going on in the States and Canada?
Yeah.
Or is it kind of just
it's more service based for you?
It's kind of crazy.
You don't have products
But I feel like Canadians care like a lot more about it. Like I feel like you hear people talk about it all the time. Like, the tariffs. And like
elbows up.
Yeah, you never like I've nobody even brought up even like the Canadian hockey and like US hockey. It's like you would think like, oh, everybody's so sad, and then it's like they're like the day comes, they win the medal, and then it's like, okay, like
keep
move
going.
on. Yeah.
Next job.
Yeah, but no, it doesn't really affect us. Like we're not too tariff based. Most of our stuff comes from local like suppliers or you know. So yeah, we're pretty lucky in that space. Sorry.
Oh,
We're all
good.
good.
That's interesting. I mean, would you find it, if I can ask, the move to the U.S. in general was something because of, let's say, the growth there is different compared to here?
Yeah, growth, exposure to capital markets. Like,
Yeah.
we're a bootstrapped kind of business right
Yeah.
now, right? We have no external funding. You know, we haven't done our Series A, or we're not there yet, right? Like, we will be. And I think to have that exposure in the U.S. market definitely is a lot, you know, more viable for investors and people that are looking at your business
sure.
and kind of trying to hedge. Like, it's difficult, right? Like, we have a lot of like issues here in Canada and a lot of insecurities, especially with our real estate market, and especially with, like, you know, to raise money, which inevitably you're going to get to that time and get to that place where you want to expand on a bigger scale and you need to bring in external funding, and it's just a part of business. It's hard to ask somebody to do that without having some sort of answer or plan to this kind of Canadian construction economy that's really like not the best right now, right? So,
Yeah.
and even like waste management services, like, it's not construction, but so much revenue comes from that, right? And it's all based off of real estate anyways, right? Like, even though it's a recession-proof, like, perfect business, people say, right, it's a perfect model, it's recurring, recession-proof, and decent margins. Like, yeah, it's hard to get investor confidence. Like, we haven't gotten there yet, but we imagine like that'll be the case, and also just to expand, right? Go into a separate market.
Why
If you're
not?
gonna move to Edmonton, you're gonna, like, you're
the same-
growing it
same,
5
yeah.
hours away. Yeah.
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 You know, there's a lot more legislation, obviously, like the visa and opening the U.S.
Yeah.
bank accounts. And
Yeah.
this, oh my God, what a process!
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we're really fortunate. We had a great lawyer that like steered us,
Awesome.
but it took us like a year. Like, it's not
Oh,
fast.
I believe it.
You know,
I
moving
believe
equipment
it.
down there, getting everything transferred to new title, like. But it's good.
Insurance in the U.S. too, I'm sure, is so different than here.
Man, honestly, like, that was like insurance bonding. Like, that was one thing that like I was so worried about.
Yeah.
Because like there's so
Of
much more
course.
liability there. There's so much you hear about, so much lawsuits, right? Slip and falls, and
Yeah.
it's such a more like everybody in the States is like, oh, I'm gonna sue, right?
Yeah.
Which isn't really a thing here, but yeah, thankfully, like, we're great. Like, we're working with a great
Awesome.
insurance team and bonding,
Wow.
and yeah, I got everything set up now, and we're ready to rock in that marketplace.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What made you choose to go to Miami instead of going to like somewhere else? Like maybe go to California, Texas. Like, why Miami?
Yeah, like, it's I mean, number one, it's the booming spot right now,
Sure.
right? Like, who isn't going to Miami? We thought about California, like, huge population, you know, huge landmass, but there's a huge tax issue, right, in that space. And so far from Toronto, like, we wanted to be able to lean on some sort of like support from the Canadian real estate market, right? Which you don't really have in California. You do have in Florida, like,
For sure.
a lot
For
of
sure.
Canadians own tons of real estate there. So,
Mhm.
yeah, that was like definitely part of the fact. Texas was a huge like thing for us. Like, we were definitely thinking about that market,
A lot
but
of growth, yeah.
Miami's the spot, man. Like,
Yeah.
for us, that was kind of like from a lifestyle perspective, from a business perspective, like,
Yeah.
lenders
You're trying
are
to grow
there.
a team there too. It's a lot different for sure.
That was a huge, like, culture is a huge thing for us.
Yeah.
Like, we want a very specific person to be in every role. Like, if we can attract good talent, like you, right? Imagine somebody you applied for a job. If it's in Miami or if it's in, like, you're gonna go to
Edmonton.
Miami, yeah, or Edmonton, or even Texas. Like, Texas is a great, amazing, ton of money there, but like
for sure.
Miami is kind of the market, right?
Yeah.
From a real, like, you go there. Like, I don't know if you guys have been
I've
recently.
been,
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
out! I look out my apartment. It's just cranes. Like, it
Yeah.
reminds me of Toronto, like when you were a
Yeah.
kid. Like,
I
go to
know.
the CN Tower. Look out the
You
CN
don't
Tower.
see
it's
that
just
now
cra-
as much.
Man, you don't
Cranes.
see that at all. Winter cranes. Like, I haven't seen a crane go up, and
I know.
you know, whatever is going, like, isn't really going.
Exactly.
Like,
Or
it's
stopping.
It's a scary time to be
It
in that
is.
world. Like,
It is.
I mean, it was on, like, everybody wanted to be a builder. Like, oh, this is my thing. Like, this is
Yeah.
how I'm gonna make my billions. Like, you know, like, and then now it's like, fuck that. Like, it's right. It's scary, right, to build residential real estate, especially pre-con.
Yeah.
You know, with these projects, like, who knows how it's going to be to, like, get pre-con sales going forward, right? But
Oh, I know.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, to talk about another scary time, you said I remembered here that you guys led a very interesting emergency demo
Yeah, it was
in
really
minus
cool.
40 in
Really
court
cool.
order.
Yeah.
So talk about that a little bit. I've never heard of that before.
No, definitely. So we got really lucky. We met a client at a conference in Toronto. Kind of let them know our services, whatever. We're into civil construction.
Put yourself out. Nice.
We want to do paving. We want to do demo. Like, we knew this guy owned a ton of real estate in Northern Ontario, and yeah, it was pretty crazy. In December of last year, and up north, up by Thunder Bay, they had a building that was like basically like gonna fall. Like, it was not structurally sound. They couldn't get a contractor. They had nobody up there to do the work. Right. they didn't have the capital available to kind of complete the project, and like they didn't plan for it, right? Like nobody buys or invests in a building with the kind of like, you know, thought that it's gonna
they're
not
thinking that. Yeah.
Even when you buy as is, right? Like it's very like, I don't know, you don't really hear about that often. Like
it's very rare.
Tons, right? So
collapse. Like,
we got the call, like flew out right away.
Wow.
Priced it. Like it's hard, man. Like, you know, demolition's a scary thing, right? You have lead, you have abatement, like there's you have to check things, right? Like there's plans, and we were really lucky. Like we got the project when kind of there was already an engineer involved. There was already like it was kind of at that point already. So we were lucky. We you know, abatement was done, and we just had to go in and kind of whatever clean it up and demo the building, and but it was crazy. Like so many more documents we had to sign, and like we had to verify it was done. We had to verify payment was sent. Like it was weird. Like it was like nothing I've ever done before, and that was like one of my like big first kind of multi 6-figure projects, right? With number one, like you're far from home, right? You don't have the resources from here. We didn't have equipment at the time. Like we had no
equipment.
We had nothing. No, so we rented like an excavator from like this guy we found up there, and a local guy. Yeah, we rented an excavator, rented some like skid steers, and hired dump trucks, and paid a ton of money. And it worked out. We finished the project on time. They had like a hard deadline, and like the worst part was like they had already missed this deadline in the past, and like the city's like, oh, we're gonna demolish it, and the guy's like, yeah, like find somebody, like please, like, you know, tell me who you guys are gonna get, right? Because like we can't get anybody up here, right? And we got lucky and got paid for the job, thankfully, like, which is always a scary thing, right? Especially working in those markets, like you have lien rights, but what's the property's worth, right? Like,
up there, wow, the guy runs away.
Well, even if you lien it, like,
is it worth?
Do a $200,000 project on like a piece of land that's worth what, like, you know, if that. So it's like there's obviously always a mortgage there, and like it's hard to kind of, even if you get the lien, right? So just being mindful of those things, and it was crazy. We had to leave equipment running for like 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, we're having like techs come in from Thunder Bay. They were driving like 3 hours from Tormont and Brant, who's like equipment suppliers of ours, just to like get down there, service the equipment, like oil change, like just because we were worried, like things are running for days and days and days and days, right? Like it gets 40 hours a week. These things are getting 40 hours in 2 days, right? So just checking belts and like making sure everything's solid and keep going. And to have the support from the dealers was huge. And most of a challenge in the business, right, is getting machines up and machine downtime. Like that's what kills you, right? So just great support from techs and
Wow, amazing. I mean, it just goes to show in a remote area like that to be able to pull that off. You didn't have a machine, and you went up
or
there.
Equipment.
Yeah, like that's kudos
definitely,
to you, man.
Definitely. It's part of growth, right? Like,
it is, exactly.
You can't just like go to Tormont and spend $1 million. Like you have
to.
I'm
gonna start tomorrow.
Like we kind of like had to do that, right? Like once you get to like eventually you're gonna have to like pull the trigger and like buy
Make
what you
investment.
need, whatever. But like it's hard at first. Like it's scary, man. No cash flow. Like hard to find financing, lending. Like it's not easy, right? That's why the rental. Like we're so fortunate to live in this market where there's so many rental. Like you have Battlefield, you have Cooper. Like you can get whatever. Okay, specialized stuff, fine, like spreaders and whatever you can, but there's no excavator you can't rent, right? Like. You know, you need a dozer, you get a dozer. You need a loader, you get a loader. So, like, we're very fortunate, which isn't a thing in every marketplace, right? So, we're very lucky here.
In this market, how do you find competition with, like, other, like, companies, industries? Like, how do you find, like that your company, like, what kind of makes you different from other people?
Yeah.
And how do you find the competition?
It's definitely, like, we have, like, 3, like, different batches of competitors. So, like, we kind of have to compete on, like...
different levels.
3 different spaces, right? Like... in the environmental space, like we're competing with like national contractors like Waste Management, Waste Connections, GFL, right? Like they're all hauling in local communities, right? So you're up against them, you're up against big infrastructure, and you know, you got to sell service. Like we just like we don't miss calls. Like we like it's just perfect service. Like client needs something, there's garbage under the bin. It's just what we offer, and it's kind of what we've gone to get known for. And like we don't run a ton of ads, especially on our waste side, but the amount of call-ins, like, we heard from somebody or this guy, it's just word of mouth, right? And
I've seen your bin in Kleinberg. Put it in my head.
Beside Incline.
Yeah. Driving home, I see the red bin. It's nice.
Oh, it's the best, man. I love that, Jim. Yeah.
It's good marketing, right?
Thank you. Yeah, it's such a big part of it, right? Like, it's a billboard you put on site. Like, we try and be really sleek with it. Like, a lot of the bins have, like, big logos and, like, so much writing. It's like, there's a clean red bin with a white R, and, you know, it's kind of grown to be the brand, right? Like, to like the marketplace.
And right? I think that's a smart avenue to take it, especially in an industry where, you know, it's a lot of more mature or multiple generation owned companies where they're not thinking that way. They're still kind of more into old school, like whatever worked and stick that way. where you're kind of taking and you're modernizing it.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that's cool because, you know, at the end of the day, the generations are changing. The people in those industries at some point or another are going to change.
Yeah, well, like that'll be a thing for sure in roofing for us, like for sure in civil construction. But
Yeah.
like the thing in garbage, like it's all national contractors. Like it's not like a guy that runs a business, right? So
Yeah.
it'll never like die, right? That's always going to
For
be
sure.
a competitive game, and those companies will just keep getting bigger. But yeah, it's great to compete in that space. And then on the roofing side, and it's definitely more local guys, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
there's
Yeah.
national contractors, sure, but like there's
Yeah.
so many local competitors, right?
For sure.
You know, especially in roofing, like you just need a pickup truck, like in
Yeah.
a ladder. It's not really
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
anything to it, and yeah.
There's guys with no insurance and they just go.
It's hard in the property manager, like to get away with that, like
Yeah.
especially when you're working for REITs. Like there's such a like just to get a PO, like you have to go through health and safety plans, and
Wow.
like you need to prove to them, right, that you
Oh, yeah.
you have insurance, you have whatever bonding, you have all these different things just
Yeah.
to solicit a tender, right, just to get invited. So yeah, we're pretty fortunate. Like we don't work in the private sector, like you know, we try to do as little as possible, right? So
Yeah.
you kind of keep that out, but
Yeah.
in the private space, especially in residential, yeah, it's hard, man.
For sure.
It's tricky. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What would you say to someone who's younger, who's trying to get into the space, or says, you know, like you're saying, oh, I want to be a builder one day, I want to get into construction.
Mhm.
What's something you'd say to them to first look at to be sure that this is right or how to go about it?
Yeah. Like there's so much money like you need
Yeah.
just to like, you know, it's you want to just say like, oh, just, you know, button down and like pull up your sleeves and you can do it. But like there's so much more to it now. Like, you know, there's marketing that like our business, like we run like a huge marketing campaign, right? Like that didn't exist. Like, or not that it didn't exist, but it was way less kind of a need. So like,
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend like find your niche, find what you want to do, find your service, pick something with a high margin, like, or something that's like very recurring and very necessary, right? And you know, I like to focus on businesses that have a higher barrier to entry. I find that like you enter into a market where there's a little bit more profit available and kind of keeping less, you know, qualified people out and whatever. But yeah, definitely like pick something that's high margin or like recurring or both. Like that's kind of the yeah. But like the name of the game in the like even now, like the name of every game, it's cash flow, man. Like if you can't pay, like
That's the goal.
you're dead in the water. Like you know, you want to buy old equipment and like you want to buy like used stuff, but it's like you lose it on the back. Like if you really want to scale, like you want to play the game, like, you know, like for example, we have a dozer, fully automatic, full GPS. Like operator doesn't have to do anything; he has to push forward, pull back, and like the blade moves like with the GPS, like on a computer. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Yeah,
It's like a Tesla essentially.
it's like a 3D GPS. Yeah, basically like a Tesla. Like the blade adjusts to the grade. The guy doesn't have to do anything. Like the engineers upload the drawings, and it's like, okay, yeah, you can do that exact same thing with a $70,000 dozer on marketplace. But like, number one, the time, like. Labor's so expensive, like so expensive. And number two, like you don't want to sell a service to a client that's not at its most efficient state. Like, because although people say like all the clients don't care, like, yeah, but like you fucking blow a hose in their parking lot, like they care, man. Like people are like, nobody cares if you have old trucks, nobody cares if you have, like they do, man. Like maybe they don't say it to you, but like it's just not a good look on your business, right? Especially like, again, like you want to be a guy in a pickup truck that services houses. Like, yeah, who cares if you're leaking park on the road? But like, you're in a $300 million plaza, or like, you know, they want to have a good representation of themselves, like reflected on the contractor, right? And yeah, you can't be making a mess. You can't have old equipment blowing black smoke. Like, it's just not a good look for the private game, right? Especially in the property management space. But yeah, yeah.
What would you say to someone that, like maybe someone listening that might be lost right now? Like they're lost. Maybe they went to law school. They don't like it. You did a career change. What's something that you would say to them?
Yeah.
As advice or something?
You got to find what you love, right? Like construction, like I hoped eventually I would get into it. Like, you know, I veered away from it, whatever, for a bit and went to school and got educated. But you got to find what you love. Like it's hard work, man. Like it's not like you're just going to say like, yeah, like I'll go to the office at 7, like I'll leave at 5. Like, whether in construction or anything, like you have to have optimism, yes, that you'll be successful, but like you have to understand that whatever you're doing, whatever service you're offering is at such a heavy scale, right? So to be the best in that space and to service that space and to go from being lost to unlost, like all comes down to just finding what you want to do. But it's hard. It's
Mhm.
definitely hard. You have to find something that serves your skill set, right? Whatever that is. Marketing, law, accounting.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
everybody has their thing. It's just about finding it.
Mm-hmm.
100%. Would you say during those stages of building it that you've ever faced some sort of, let's say, burnout?
Every day, like, you try and avoid it. Like, burnout's inevitable. Like, you do things like incline, go to the gym. Like, my
Yeah.
buddy now has a beautiful gym. They beautifully renovated it. Like,
Yeah.
I can't disappear for 4 hours in the middle of the day and go home and take a nap, but like sneak out for an hour, go for a workout, like reset your mind. Like, you know, when you work out in a beautiful space and like, it's kind of like you're taking a break.
Yeah.
You know, you get out of the office for a bit, but yeah, it's hard. Like, burnout's inevitable if you're not careful. Like, especially like I travel a ton. I'm flying all the time. Like, it's hard to not burn out, right? But just focus on the goal, like focus on what's important and keep steering the ship in the right direction. Try and relax when you can. And, you know, I can go with my wife. Like, I'll go watch a movie. Like, you know, it's there's things that you can do that don't necessarily mean going on vacation for a week and like disappear, but like
Exactly.
give your mind a bit of a break. But it's hard. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard to unplug, especially when there's so much at risk, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah. You know what's at stake. You know exactly. Yeah.
you know what's at stake. Like,
Yeah.
you know what it's gonna cost.
Yeah.
Like, at first it's like, oh, I'll figure it out. Like, I'll be fine. Like, whatever. But then it's like, fuck. Like, it's real. Like, you know, payments don't slow down. Like, they just keep coming. Like, clients don't pay you. People are slow to pay. Like, whatever problem you're experiencing in your business, like, your clients are feeling it too, right? It's a fucked market right now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people aren't really lining up to buy condos, and people aren't really lining up to pay high rents. Like,
Yeah.
so it's a hard game. It's a competitive space right now, and it's kind of like just survive until things turn, and again, like, grow into different markets, find avenues that, you know, support growth in other ways. Because, like, yeah, being a contractor in Toronto right now, like, it's not the best, right? Like,
You hear a lot of guys actually just moving, just picking up and moving, whether it's east or west
Calgary.
or south.
yeah, you had that like Alberta boom.
Yeah.
It's kind of slowed down though.
Now I've heard. Yeah, I think it's like
those
it's gone.
commercials though.
You remember? Yeah.
yeah.
Buy now.
I think it's their leader.
Sorry.
The leader.
Over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
It's,
too-
it's
she's
like
too
another
cuckoo.
world over there. I don't
People
know.
like chase that like, but it
Yeah.
exists, right? Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can create it in any
Oh, yeah.
market. Like,
Mhm.
but people chase what's perfect, and like sometimes it's like whatever you're doing isn't. It's not going to be perfect. Like, there's no perfect space, right? And you know, just kind of working towards it. And it's like kind of what we're doing in Miami, right? Like, Toronto's not perfect right now. It's a good opportunity to grow in another space and keep going from there, right? But like that being said, we're full blown like still pushing Toronto. Like,
For sure.
It's
your
our
home
main,
base. Yeah.
it's our market, man.
Yeah.
Like, and we're, you know, we're familiar with the space. We have great support, but yeah, it's definitely our market for sure.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. How do you find, you know, being young in the industry compared to the older guys or working with guys that are older? Do you find there's ever a clash over?
Yeah, it's tough, man. Grow a beard.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrible. Like,
Yeah.
again, and it comes down to culture, right? Like,
For sure.
especially in our team. Oh my God, it was so bad at the beginning. Like, because you kind of just take whatever you can get. Like, a new company, like, first of all, you can't pay guys a lot of money. Like, you're not paying a $50, $60, $70 an hour guy, right? Like, you find whatever you can find at $25 an hour, and just hopefully they can hold the shovel, and like you try and do the technical things yourself. But oh yeah, like you hear it all the time, like especially in paving. Like, got old guys, they have their own traditions. Like, they want to do things a certain way. Like, it's hard, especially for us, to get them to buy into, like, not only are we doing it like differently, but like now you're gonna throw in a GPS, or you're gonna make it AI, or like it's tricky. But like, you need those guys, man. Like, the old guys just
The knowledge too, I guess.
yeah, like even just for the like
The experience.
what they've seen, safety, like, you know, and it's good for like upbringing, like a clean like guy that like there's all dying construction guys, right? Like guys
sure.
that, you know, drink and go
For
out.
sure.
But then there's also like the side of construction where like, you know, they pay their bills, they have a mortgage, their kids go to private school, like they lead a great life, right? Like, not that there's anything wrong, whatever.
For sure.
But like
For sure.
to have those people is like, especially young guys in the construction world, like it's hard to find a mentor, right? Like, you know, you're on a crew, like you kind of like didn't work out in school, like you're not really sure what you're gonna do, like maybe you're a bit lost, like, oh, I'll go get a trade, or I'll go in construction or whatever, I'll go work on a paving crew. And it's like, these guys need like development, right? Just as much as like supervisors or managers or like, you know, people in the office need development. Your field guys need to get developed by people that have done it before, right? And you know, you hope you grow those guys into people that are competent to kind of keep growing your business, right? Add their own crew. And yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, the old guys are definitely tough. Like, you know, you try and be respectful and again, like build good culture, build good systems. But yeah, it was hard at first, especially like like suppliers and like,
Oh yeah.
oh my gosh, they just have their way of doing things,
Yeah.
right? And like we say all the time, like when RICI joined the marketplace, like it's not like a whole bunch of new paving work just came out like just
Yeah.
for RICI. Like no, like you're taking
Exactly.
food from somebody
Exactly.
else, like, and it's kind of
Yeah.
like,
It's
you know?
yeah, it's tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but like yeah, you play the game, try and be
Yeah.
respectful, but you're gonna upset people. Like 28 years old, fuck, like leading a good ship, right? Like.
Mhm.
You know, especially now, like we're getting more recognition. We're growing into bigger projects, doing
Yeah.
municipal work, doing school boards. So, yeah, you know, you keep growing attention, and like you want the
Exactly.
attention. Like,
Exactly.
That's kind of why you do all the marketing and why, like,
Yeah.
just to get the space out there, right?
Before they probably thought, you know, you just started
Yeah.
2023. Oh, look at this
Yeah.
guy. He's doing some small jobs here and
Yeah.
there. And now it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But people still think like,
Yeah,
oh my
for
god,
sure.
like we did a post with RTN, like when we launched our
Oh yeah, yeah.
Miami office, and like
Yeah.
the DMs we got were fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, guys, like, just give it up, man. Like, what's the big deal, you know?
Yeah.
But it's business,
Yeah.
it's growth.
It is.
Mhm.
It is.
And speaking of growth, where would you say you want to see yourself and your company in the next 5 years from now? Or from like, say, 2023 when you started to 2033?
Yeah, like obviously you always want to push for national scale. That's kind of the name of the game. We're happy to have expanded into the U.S. Like kind of check that off the list, get it done, and get established there, and build linearly like U.S. at the same time as we're growing Canada, and you know grow state to state just like we want to grow province to province. And it'll take time. Like national growth isn't easy, man. You're dealing with different registries, you're dealing with different provinces. You know, Canada we have different languages in certain spaces, right? So
Right.
trying to
that's
move
tough.
into different markets, yeah, man. Without like and speaking to the guys, like
think
the
of that.
employees, yeah, like you know, you go into different time zones, whatever. Like Alberta's far, man. Like
Yeah.
Vancouver's far. Like
Yeah.
you know, it's not like you're saying you're gonna go from Tampa to like
Yeah.
Miami. Like you go.
People
from,
don't realize how big Canada is. Like,
No.
It's 5 hour flight or
Yeah.
whatever. Like it's far, man.
it's,
So
yeah.
yeah, so yeah, we'll hope to grow like across Florida and then across like kind of Canada, like as we scale.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
I guess one of the main questions we have that we want to know from you is how did you balance your lifestyle, or do you even believe in having a lifestyle balance to begin with?
Yeah, like it's funny. So, like we just had that talk with like I was like you can't say you have no lifestyle balance. Like
Oh,
you
yeah?
need to- oh yeah, I got it good on the way here, man. But no, like man, it's hard to have balance. Like it is not easy, and I by no means am like the perfect like
For sure.
you like this is how like you're balanced and this is how you go. But yeah, it's hard. And again, like you try and find balance in different things. Like going to the gym is huge. Like you know, relax at the end of the day. Like I'm really like have a sauna at my house. Like just chill out, whatever. Like find your groove in other ways. But yeah, I'm really lucky. Like my wife is great. Like it helped me find balance. And like, you know, it sometimes you need somebody to tell you like, yo, it's like 2:00 in the morning now. Like go to bed. Like you know, like whatever you're gonna figure out.
Call it.
Like
Yeah.
you gotta call it eventually, right? But
Yeah.
it's hard, man. Like especially when you're so close, like which we feel like we're so close to getting there, right? To whatever that is, right? Like you don't want to take your foot off the gas. You want to always be constantly applying pressure, and you have to realize that like eventually you're gonna burn out or like crash, right? But yeah, you know, try and do different things and work out and you know be active and relax whenever you can. But yeah, definitely right now is like not the time to slow down, right? So just keep pushing forward and find balance however we can and try not to burn out. That's kind of the
Amazing.
goal. Yeah.
Well said. Well said.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for your
Beautiful.
time. I appreciate you coming, Alfonso.
Yeah, thank you guys.
I think we
Thank
learned
you.
a lot, and it was a great chat. And
Mhm.
for those of you who don't know him, you will now. So we'll link all this stuff. Check him out, and for sure we'll see more in the future.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks for
Appreciate it.
coming.
Cheers.